Good morning, everyone. A child psychologist had twin boys. One was an optimist and the other a pessimist. Just to see what would happen, on Christmas Day, he loaded the pessimist room with toys and games. In the optimist room, he dumped a pile of horse droppings. That night, the father found the pessimist surrounded by his gifts, crying. "What's wrong?" the father asked. "I have a ton of game manuals to read. I need batteries, and my toys will all eventually get broken," sobbed the pessimist. Passing the optimist room, the father found him dancing for joy around the pile of manure. "What are you so happy for?" he asked. The optimist shouted, "Surely with all of this poop, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere." Okay. I need to say a very special happy birthday to Jay Etherton. Today, Jay turns 60. So would you all join me in singing happy birthday to him, please? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jay. Happy birthday to you. Now, I don't know who's going to be in more trouble after that, me or his wife, but we'll see. Okay. Let's see. This is a note from the Tanglewood Veterans. They wanted me to announce that on December 11th that the Tanglewood Veterans will be holding a collection at the doors on December 18th. The money collected will be used for the veterans in need. Thank you. All right. This is a reminder that there will be a 50th anniversary celebration February 24th. There is still room for additional celebrants. If you are celebrating your 50th anniversary and you would like to take part of this celebration, you can either speak with myself or with Tom McKeever as soon as possible, please. The Island View Restaurant, and I'm going to post this on the board out there outside of my office so that you can see it. But the Island View Restaurant over in Sun and Lakes is having a Tanglewood resident night. And that's going to be on Thursday, December 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. And they are going to give Tanglewood residents 25% off of their entrees. So they're asking that you call for a reservation, and that number for that is 863-382-1191. Again, I am going to put this up on the board outside of my window, or outside, not outside of my window, outside of my door. Okay. All right. So let's go through this week's activities. Today, we have line dancing here at noon, and then bingo here. Be here and ready to play by 6:15. Make sure to wear your badge. For Tuesday, the potluck that was originally scheduled has been canceled, but there will be an RV club meeting at 2 p.m. in the bingo area. Wednesday, we're having the street dance. We're going to start at 2 o'clock at 4168 Smoke Signal. From there, we will move to the activities building and then to the fire ring area in the Outback by the comfort station. On Thursday is the ladies' luncheon, And mentioning the ladies' luncheon, today is the last day to sign up for that. Also on Thursday is the golf cart Christmas parade. On Friday, we have the Friday night jazz here in the hall at 7 o'clock. On Saturday is the country breakfast. And then on Sunday is Christmas caroling. Let's see. We still have sign-up available for the Christmas potluck. That's on the credenza, and one ham will be provided for a table of 12. And then also I just wanted to remind that we are looking for someone to take over the recycling of the cans here that we put cans out, and there's you can recycle those cans that we have from our parties and such. If anyone is interested, please see me in my office. Now, there are maybe three other items that I would like to discuss, because I can understand and I can sympathize that sometimes things are not as easy to see as we would like for them, or as I think they are, because I know where they're at. So, the HOA box for dues and collection, suggestions, if you pass the credenza, it is hanging on the wall. It is a wooden box, and it says dues and suggestions on it and comments. And it's a little wooden box, and if you look to the left, you'll see the HOA has their information in it, and they have a wooden plaque there that says HOA. Now, I am looking into buying a couple of signs that have pointing here, this lights up, so that everybody can see it. That and the Christmas card boxes that are over in the corner. I know those are also very hard to see because I've told people at least 50 times where they're at, but I just want to point them out. They are over there in the corner by the bingo, where they call the bingo from. So, just for, not that I mind answering those two questions at least 25 times a day, every day, but I just figured if I told everybody one time while I'm here and I have everyone's attention, that maybe, just maybe, instead of 25, I only have to tell 15 people. And somebody parked in my spot this morning.
Odds are,
have a good week,
somebody's going to come
everyone.
to the window and ask where the HOA box is, who's sitting in the audience right now. All right, we have, as you can see, a whole bunch of people. But let me introduce first Heather Payne, who wishes to make a presentation for the RV food drive. The stage is yours.
Thank you. I'm Heather Payne, and I'm here to represent the RV Club Christmas Food Drive. As many of you know, this is the 16th year that the RV Club has sponsored this food drive, and probably many of you can remember back to when we had piles of boxes of food. We had a lot of fun doing it that way, but after many years of that, those cases of peas and corn became heavier and heavier. So our chairman, Ruth Barron, had the idea that we could collect money and donate it to the Heartland Food Bank. They can actually make that money go further than we could, even though we carefully looked at all the ads for food. And so we kind of wondered if we would still have such great support from Tanglewood. Well, we don't need to wonder anymore today. We have had a wonderful response to our request, and we have a long list of people to thank, and I hope I don't leave anyone out. First and foremost is the Hometown America, who sends money directly to the food bank. Then we have our own Tanglewood Church. We have the people who come and support us at the craft fair. The Quilters Group, who gave us all the money from their nice 50-50 raffle, the Bingo Group, who gives us money year-round, the Whistle Stop Group, who had a 50-50 for us last winter, the Dance Committee, the Special Events Committee, the Diversions Committee, and even the Ugly Sweater Party that took place this weekend. So we are going to have an article in the next newsletter and also something on the TWR Times to give all the details. But first of all, I want to introduce Marilyn Schnell. Marilyn is from the Heartland Food Bank, and we are very happy to present Marilyn today with our envelope with checks and some cash, and to represent the total amount of money which we have earned this year, which is $12,092. Would you like to say something?
That is overwhelming. After Hurricane Irma, we have definitely seen an uptick in the need for food through the Heartland Food Bank. This is such a blessing, and we continue to be overwhelmed by the relationship and the trust that you put in us to provide food for the citizens of our county. I want to thank each and every one of you for your caring, your compassion, and assure you that every penny of this money will go to provide food for the residents of Highlands County. Thank you so very much. We wish to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very healthy, blessed, and prosperous New Year in 2018. Thank you again so very, very much.
Well, what a blessing. That's a tough act to follow there. But many of you participated in or sat in and listened to various concerts. The choral concert that the church choir sang in on Sunday at Avon Park, that was an absolute spectacular event. The county band had an event this past weekend. And then last night, as the chair of special events, we had a wonderful concert here from the Ditchfields. It was very inspirational. I guess a few of you attended. That's good to know. No, we had a great crowd last night. It was again overwhelming, the response, because we were competing against Petula Clark, and I was a little worried, to be quite honest with you. But you came and showed your allegiance to Tanglewood. Also, I'd like to mention about the Christmas caroling. That's going to be happening this Sunday evening. You have responded in a magnificent way in both carolers and homes to sing to. I have added 2 additional sheets. Fill them up if you want. And we will set up a route this week and get around to every home that has indicated an interest to have our lovely carolers sing.
From the Trips
so
and Travel
you enjoy
Committee.
the rest of the week.
We have a trip this Wednesday, the shopping trip to Orlando, IKEA, and the Florida Mall. The bus will depart from Tanglewood promptly at 7:30. Be here no later than 7:15 a.m. Sue Carpenter would like to remind everyone to bring a shopping bag for their IKEA purchases. Also, we have had a few cancellations due to illness, so if there are some last-minute shoppers in here who would like to join, please see Tracy at the travel table. Saturday, January 13, our trip to the Broadway Palm Dinner Theater to see Chicago is now sold out. Jerry Dewing advises you to put your name on the wait list if you're still interested. Remember our policy. Your name on the list shows interest. Your payment confirms your reservation. If you pay in very timely fashion, you will not miss out on our trips. Luann Wykes is leading a bus trip through Ireland in September 2018. If you would like additional information, please go to TWR Times and download the information sheet. She hopes to have a travel representative come in January for a second presentation. People on the Panama Canal cruise, if you still haven't given your dining preferences, please see Tracy or Randy. They have now announced when their pre-trip meeting will be. Panama Canal cruise, the pre-trip meeting will be Tuesday, January 23rd at 10 a.m. in the bingo area. Please check our travel credenza for our trips after the first of the year. And a reminder to you that we need a minimum of 40 people quite often to run our day trips. So if you haven't signed up yet, we encourage you to sign up. Thank you for your support. Everyone have a good week.
I'm Luann Wykes from the Dance Committee, and I'm just coming to report that we had a, Larry Musgrave was here Saturday night. We had a wonderful crowd. He's retiring. We had 77 non-residents come to see him perform, plus 142 residents. Thank you very much. And we're thanking you because we have a toy drive for the Child Advocacy Center of Highlands County. And Jackie Schrake, from our a resident here, works with the families there. So on Saturday night, with the toys, we've got about a half of a van load. We collected $432 in cash. The 50-50 gave them another $300, and the rest were given in Walmart $15 gift cards. So we have a total of $1,050 to give the Child Advocacy Program in toys, and those $1,050 is 70 $15 gift cards. I also want to give a shout out to Jan Carbo, because she and I went over to Walmart yesterday morning and got about $765 worth of $15 gift cards, and she has the money perfect, so it went really, really well. And I'll tell you, we met one of the nicest people I've ever met at Walmart. I mean, she got us in and out in about 25 minutes. So I don't know if Jackie wants to say a few words about the program.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much. My name is Jackie Schrake, and it's my 5th year working as a volunteer for the Children's Advocacy Center. And I would welcome anyone from the community that thinks that they could also do this. There's about 50,000 volunteer guardian ad litems in Florida. You don't have to be a lawyer. You just have to care about children, and they train you, and then you have 2 or 3 cases a month, and you visit them along with a paid social worker who visits every month. It's just a kind of a fail-safe. I'm very moved to accept these gift cards this morning, and your generosity will make a difference right here in Highlands County on this upcoming Christmas morning. Special thanks to Howard and Linda Johnson, who donated $55 because it was the occasion of their 55th wedding anniversary this past week. And I'd like to thank the Diversion Committee, who donated $105 in gift cards. And then special thanks to the Dance Committee. Not only did we have a wonderful dance Saturday night with over 200 people enjoying the music of Larry Musgrave, but this is the 5th year that the Dance Committee has held this toy drive for the Children's Advocacy Center. The foster children under the care of the Children's Advocacy Office may not have had the best of luck thus far, but they are lucky to live in a community with such generous, unselfish givers. Thank you, everyone, and Merry Christmas.
Just so you know that we'll be selling New Year's Eve tickets in the mirror room after
how much good
coffee.
Tanglewood does. I want to thank you all for always coming and making everything so possible. Donna Scores with Diversions. We have another birthday today, and this one trumps Jay's. Bruce is 65 today. I don't know where Bruce is. Bruce, where are you? Happy birthday, Bruce. Couple of announcements today. Friday, this coming Friday, December 15th, Daryl Patrick and his renowned professional musicians will be returning for an evening of jazz. This will be a focus on holiday music. We will have Bob Leonardo lend his vocal talent, as well as our own Billy. There is no cover charge, but tips are always welcome. Performance starts at 7, and this is under Broadway Lights and Don Eckstein. It's BYOB, and bring your snacks again this Friday at 7 o'clock. Now, if you've got a pen handy, there's a lot of detailed information here that I'm going to be giving. Broadway Lights and Diversions will be offering workshops and classes in various theater arts starting on Wednesday, January 3rd. There will be acting classes commencing on the 3rd, 5th, and 8th in the Activities Center, which is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 10 a.m. and noon. These acting classes will be taught by Don Eckstein. There will be future classes also being offered, and more information will be given on those as we proceed to go forward. In addition to those acting classes, there will be playwriting classes also offered. They will be starting on January 9th. They will be Tuesday afternoons, held in the arts and crafts between the hours of 2 and 4. The playwriting classes will be offered by Betsy Ellis. Many of you know her as she does a lot of our playwriting here for the plays that we produce under Broadway Lights. There'll be a sign-up sheet on the credenza, so for those of you that are interested either in playwriting or acting classes,
okay, if
please
everybody
don't
would do me a
hesitate
favor,
to sign.
please.
Thank you.
Would you put your arms over your head and wave frantically? Okay, that's our senior citizen 7th inning, what do you call it, stretch. I'm here to talk about the Golf Cart Christmas Parade. I'm Mary Lee Cipriano from Diversions. The parade is Thursday night. So you're all involved because either you're in the parade or you're watching the parade. So one way or another, you're all going to be having a good time on Thursday night. First, if you want to be in it, please sign up on the credenza. Second, we're going to be lining up around 5:15, 5:30, 3 lines forming, starting in front of the clubhouse and heading down the road. Do not use the main entrance. Do not use the main entrance. We're going to have the lines forming coming up Tanglewood Parkway to the front of the clubhouse. There will be 3 lines forming. And if you want to go with your friends, neighbors, line up behind each other in the same line. Each line is going into a different area of the park to start, but each line will go through the entire park. It should take about an hour. When you're coming up the driveway, stop at the van parked in the cutout by the putting green. There, each driver will receive a door prize ticket. No, you can't get it later. You have to stop at the van to get your door prize ticket on the way into your lines. At that time, you can also turn in your white elephant at that spot. There'll be room in the van to collect them all. You'll get a white ticket for your door prize and a blue ticket for your white elephant. Then get in line and you're ready to get out of your cart and run around and take pictures of everybody and laugh and have a good time until we start. First line of cars is departing at 6 o'clock. The route is in the lobby. The first group will start in Dreamcatcher. The second group will start in Bayside. And the third group will start in the Outback. Everyone's going in a clockwise progression around the park. If you're in the parade and you're following along your route and somebody veers off, don't follow them. They could be going to the bathroom. After the parade, come into the clubhouse for some refreshments and the White Elephant Exchange. Also, if you're not in the parade, but you just want to come up for the frivolity afterwards, please do. come up here. If you want to bring a white elephant, that's fine. If you don't choose to do that, that's fine too. But come on up and party with us. Hope to see everyone on Thursday night.
Good morning,
Thanks.
Howard Lowry, just with an update on something that's going to be happening in 2018, which happens every 3 or 4 years around here, and that's a pictorial directory, which will be done again by LifeTouch. And just to let you know that sign-ups for it will begin probably in early January. This is a little bit different directory than we've done before. It's a lot simpler, will not require as much work on our part to do it, but it is a completely updatable directory, which means that we can update it in another 6 months or 9 months or whenever we have enough people to do that. And one of the benefits of it is that we will have a mobile directory available, so you can pull up the directory at any time on your electronic device, which will make it much more usable. Be a lot more information to follow, but to remind you that the early dates will be February and March, which we'll try to get the snowbirds in before they go back north for the summer. So look for more information.
Good morning.
As the
Bill Ruley with Diversions
go
Committee.
by.
Now,
Thank
I hope everyone was paying attention to Mary Lee, because there'll be a short quiz in a few minutes. Right? A lot of information, Mary Lee. Again, I'm Bill Ruley. I'm the chairman of the garage sale. First thing I'd like to do is thank everyone that participated, whether you were selling or buying. It was a great success. The spring garage sale will be March 9 and 10. March 9 and 10. Now, this will be in TWR Times, and it'll be in the printed paper also. Tables will go on sale January 8. That's a Monday. They'll be sold before and after coffee. Greg Plank will be in the back, taking your money and reserving your table for you. 2 tables per resident. 2 tables per resident at $5 each. Now, they're back down to $5. Why were they 7? TMAC was in pretty tight financial straits for a while. Thanks to Hometown America, the largest part of TMAC's burden, financial burden, was the insurance. All the committees chip in their money in order to pay for these things, especially the insurance. With the lifting of the insurance burden, financial burden, that financial burden on each committee becomes a little bit less. So for that reason, we're back down to $5 each per table. So to help everybody out. Okay, so again, it'll be March 9 and 10. Tables go on sale January 8th. Before and after coffee every Monday.
Can you hear me?
Thank you.
I did it right, honey. I'm Cindy Murray with the stained glass classes and the fused glass classes through the wood and glass shop. And just an update, fused glass, we still might have a couple openings in January. February is full, and we're working on March and April. And don't worry if you're going to be gone on a cruise or something, you're going to miss a session. We're more than glad to help you make up or catch up in a class. We're very flexible. Stained glass, we have a possibility of 3 openings in January, and then we're working on February, March, and April. We've changed the stained glass a little bit. We're doing an introductory course to give you a chance to see if it's something that you really want to do. And because of our facilities, you don't have to run out and buy a bunch of tools and things. You do have to join the wood and glass shop, and that gives you 24-hour-a-day access to all the tools. We just ask that at the end of your day or your session that you put them back on the shelves for the next person. So there is no expense for equipment for that. All our money that we collect for wood and glass membership goes back into purchasing supplies and equipment There are no cruises involved. So if anybody is interested, the Wood and Glass book is always back in the credenza, or you could see myself or Melissa Perlman.
Good morning.
And we're in the book.
Gian Carbaugh
Thank
with
you.
Monday Morning Coffee. And I'm dressed in a little holiday cheer because we only have one more coffee this year. That will be next week on the 18th, and my coffee committee and myself are going to take Christmas Day and New Year's Day off. So just a reminder to let you know that next week will be our last one for the year. And we'll be back after the first of the year with plenty of coffee and donuts for everybody that comes back and waits up in the cold, cold north to come back and see us after the first of the year. But we'll be all ready for you because I'll be ordering extra donuts. Thank you.
We are and will have our 50-50 raffle drawing next week, December 18th, during coffee. We will be selling tickets again this morning. Brad is over here at the table, and again next week prior to the 8:30 meeting. Then we will tally it up, and there will be one winner, and the price is 8 tickets for $5. We have a few of the 38-watt green bulbs left. We have less than 20, so if this was a TV show, that would mean we have 19. We do still have cookbooks. Penny and Frank are not here selling them, but we do have them in Billy's office each week, each day. Decorating your home. I think Tanglewood is looking pretty awesome this year. Y'all are doing a super job. And being the chair of the outdoor decorating committee, to see everybody that's taking part and all the work our committee has done this year, it's pretty awesome. And, each year that we've been here, this is our 4th year that Becky and I have lived here, and we drive around at Christmas time, and we didn't see a lot of lights the first year, and then the next year it was a few more, and I think maybe next year it'll be even more than this year, and we will be having our winner. From each neighborhood will be announced next week. The judging will take place this week, so if you don't have your house decorated, get it done today, because we just don't know which day is going to be judging. Might be all 5 days, so make sure your house is all lit up. January, Tanglewood Friends will be on Friday, January 19th. We will be dedicating it to Joan Ruley. Our entertainer will be Laura Patton. The price is $6, and will include 2 pieces of pizza per person, as we did last year in our January one. And we will begin selling tickets next week. It will be $6, and we will be pre-sold only, as we did last year.
I'm Tom Ginther with the Homeowners Association. I just wanted to make an announcement here that everybody is aware we've exceeded the number of requirement signatures to process mediation with Hometown America, which we have now entered into. We are collecting dues over here at the table where Bob is. I want to make an announcement. We are about 50 homeowners, new members, greater than we had all of last year, and it's only the middle of December. So our membership drive is progressing rapidly. I wanted to announce that Donna, our membership drive chairman, is requesting anybody that would like to assist her in this endeavor. She's still in the process of forming the membership committee. So if it's something that you'd like to assist with, I know that Donna would greatly appreciate your assistance, as would the Homeowner Association. Since it was announced this morning that Hometown America did a slight recalculation and are going to slightly reduce our tax pass-through, I think everybody's appreciative of that. Kind of interesting that it happened at the time of our first mediation session, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. But it did kind of, when I heard about it, it kind of reminded me about going to Walmart and realizing as while I was walking out that I got overcharged by $10, and as I was going out, the greeter gave me a quarter and said, "Be happy." So I guess that's about all I have to say about that.
Well, I was going to announce Bruce's birthday, but I got beat on that one. I was going to talk about the HOA. I got beat out on that one. So I guess it's time for me to call on the welcome table to give their announcement before I go into my calendar.
Good morning, Tanglewood. We have a couple that we'd like to welcome to the community, so I'm going to turn the mic over to them.
Hi there. We are Curtis and Barbara Harvey. And I've heard there's a few Michigan people here. So you just received 2 more. And we're located up on Carefree Parkway. We did look at a few other places down south, other community parks, and we were very grateful that we came here after Irma took her place. So we're looking forward to being a part of the community. Thank you.
Thank you. That's it for the welcome table. They're from Adrian, Michigan.
Woo, Adrian. Yep. I guess they're glad to be down here at this time. Okay, today in history, December 10th. 1869, Governor John Campbell signs a bill that grants women in Wyoming Territory the right to vote as well as to hold public office. The beginning of women's suffragette, 1898. The United States and Spain signed the Treaty of Paris, ceding Spanish possessions, including the Philippines, to the United States. 1917, the Nobel Peace Prize is awarded to the International Red Cross. Well, some good was coming. 1918, U.S. troops are called to Berlin because a coup is feared. 1950, Dr. Ralph Bunche becomes the first African-American awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. 1978, all of us were around then, President Anwar al-Sadat and Prime Minister of Israel Menachem Begin are jointly awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. 1983, after the Falklands War, democracy is restored to Argentina with the assumption of Raúl Alfonsín. This week's special days: Human Rights Week, 10th to the 17th. Christmas Bird Count Week, from the 14th to the 1st. First day of Hanukkah is the 13th, lasting through to the 20th. Halion Days, 14th to 28th, always 7 days before and 7 days after the winter solstice. And this one, when I looked up, it just says Spanish holiday, Posadas, 16th to the 24th. If you're born on this day, you are on the same day as Robert Koch, a German pioneering bacteriologist who worked with TB, cholera, got the Nobel Prize in 1905, born in Hanover, Germany. 1843. 1882, Fiorello LaGuardia, future mayor of New York, born in New York City. I remember as a kid hearing him read the funnies on the newspaper because it was a newspaper strike. 1912, Carlo Ponti, Italian producer who was married Sophia Loren for a while in 1912. In 1918, Alexander Solzhenitsyn, Russian writer, eventually came to live in the United States. With the fall of the Soviet Union, went back. Died in 2008. Those of us who saw West Side Story, 1931, Rita Moreno, Rosita Dolores Alviero, born in Puerto Rico. 1935, Ron Carey, American actor. If you remember his character on Barney Miller, it was, you spell it the way you say it, Wojciechowicz. 1943, former U.S. Secretary of State and presidential candidate in 2004, Mr. John Kerry. And in 1944, Brenda Mae Tarpley, known better as Brenda Lee. Don't forget bingo tonight, 6:15 to be ready to play. Have a very safe, happy, and wonderful week.